Hi everyone, it's Jessica, and this video is going to be my weekly plan with me and my Erin Condren. And this week is the week of Christmas, so I picked out this kit from Frank Hearts that I wanted to use. It's one of her full cover kits, and it's based on the movie, I think, Miracle on 34th Street, which actually, as a confession, I have never even seen the movie, so I think that is probably going to have to be on one of my lists to watch it at some point. But this is a very full cover kit, and I will show you guys what the last full cover kit looked like that I used from her. I really love how it turned out. I think visually it's just a stunning kit. So this was the last full cover kit. So as you can see, the artwork does take up quite a bit of the day, but since it is the holiday season, I don't think I'm going to be that busy actually, aside from work. I will unfortunately not be seeing any of my family this season just because they are traveling out of the country and I wasn't able to join them because I have work. So, and that's okay because I really do enjoy my work and I don't really mind. We're not huge on Christmas actually. So yeah, that's why I don't mind using one of these fuller kits for weeks where I'm not super busy because, well, I don't really have much planned, so it'll take up a little bit of space. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm actually not going to follow the lines on the Erin Condren at all. As you can see, I'm definitely just ignoring it. What I learned from the last time is that some of these little glitter strips that she provides in between the days are just a little bit thicker. So what I was running into last time is that there would be some overlap with all the stickers if I actually followed the Erin Condren lines, and I wanted to try to avoid that this time. I wanted to just be completely smooth so that if I ran my hands over the page, which I love doing with the premium matte kits, and for Frank Hearts I always buy hers in premium matte. So what I wanted to do this time was actually just start from the center and work my way out and just line up each of the stickers so that they would be right next to each other. And hopefully I am doing this right. I think I measured it out correctly. Yep. So I think I'm doing this right. Since I did already use one of her full cover kits, I kind of have a little bit of an advantage there. But so that's kind of my plan, is I want to line the stickers up, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and that way I won't have any overlap or overhang with the stickers, and I can just run my hands over the page and it'll be just perfectly smooth. So that's my goal for this kit. And I'm gonna try to lay out Thursday first just to start getting the hang of it. Okay, so I think I'm getting the hang of it now. With the way her kits are formatted, at least with the way she plans using her kits, she does the to-do boxes at the top, and then she does those big full cover boxes after the to-do boxes, and then she'll do the bits and bobs and then the bottom washi. You can, of course, plan it out however you like, whatever works for you. I'm sure there's any number of different ways that you can change up how the kit turns out, but I'm just following what she does because I personally love how it turns out. And luckily with the way I've done it, where I've spaced it out this way and kind of started from the inside and worked my way out, it works out perfectly. So that makes me really, really happy and really relieved actually. So I'm just gonna keep going, and honestly with this sort of plan with me, I feel like there's not too much to talk about. I mean, What I'm doing is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just putting things down in the same order that I did the rest of the days, so I feel like it's not super interesting. I guess I can talk about my thoughts on planning for the next year. This year, I feel like my planning style has changed a lot from when I actually started uploading videos, which was, I think in May, April or May, that I actually started uploading videos. And back then I was still using mostly printables. So I feel like my planning style has changed just a ton this year, but I think I have found a planner piece with the Erin Condren at least. I like to use this for my more intensive planning. So this is where I have all my to-do lists, where I kind of micro plan, so to speak. But I do have several other planners, and I'm trying to figure out a good way to utilize all of them. I have my personal planner still from Recollections, and I am playing around with a few different inserts. I can't seem to really find my groove as far as inserts go. I don't know, just because I already have the Erin Condren, I don't want to just put these same plans down over and over again in different planners. It just seems really, really redundant to do that, and I don't know. I mean, for me, planning does need to have a function too. I'm not doing it just to do it. As much fun as it is, and as therapeutic as it is to plan, for me, it still does need to be functional. So for me to just put down the exact same plans over and over again in each of my planners, that's not really functional for me. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to actually be able to still utilize my planners. And I don't need to use them all at once. I just need to find a good way to kind of make use of them, if that makes sense. So I'm playing around with a few different inserts in my personal planner. I'm actually thinking that I may wind up dropping the personal planner eventually though, just because I don't feel like I have a need for it. And instead, I think I might move to the Traveler's Notebook, which is a little bit smaller. I did still get the personal size in the Traveler's Notebook, so it is still quite large, but it's at least a little bit smaller, I think, than just using a ring-bound personal planner. So that's kind of where my head is at for now. Thinking I will probably eventually drop the personal planner, or at least use one or the other. I certainly won't be using both. And I'm just going to do the bottom washi now. This bottom washi might wind up a little bit short actually. Since I spaced it out, I think the bottom washi is going to wind up looking a little bit short, and not entirely sure what to do about that, to be honest. I might find a little bit of glitter tape in my collection to cover up some of that. I don't know. I didn't quite think this through. Actually, since there's a little bit of spacing, I think I'm just going to center it, because there's going to be a little bit of white space regardless of how I do it, so I may as well go ahead and just center this and leave some white space. Anyway, going back to my planner dilemma, I do want to try to use my Traveler's Notebook. I also got a few like planner inserts, like kind of these weekly layout inserts for the Traveler's Notebook as well. However, I run into the same problem as with the personal ring-bound planner, where it just seems redundant to use both. So I might wind up using the Traveler's Notebook more as a way to keep track of like bills, the different to-do lists, and that sort of thing, rather than as a way to actually plan out my week, is what I'm thinking. But then I also have a pocket planner that I really want to make sure I use, and that one I need to decide how to use it properly too, because the pocket planner I feel like is something that I can actually carry with me everywhere. So can the Traveler's Notebook, come to think of it. but the pocket planner I have is a lot more expensive than the traveler's notebook, so I want to get more use out of it. So I'm just kind of struggling with how to use all these different planners that I have. I don't know, so if you guys have any tips on how you manage everything in several different planners, I would love to hear it. I know some people keep certain planners like just for finances, certain planners for work. I don't actually need a planner for work, and in fact, with the way my job is, I don't think I could even use a planner just because we really have no way of planning for anything. For those that don't know, I'm a pharmacist, so we kind of just have to go with the flow and whatever comes up, deal with it. There's no way to plan for what kind of patients we get or like what their medication needs might be. We try to, but not, yeah, there's just no way I can use a planner in my work life. So that's kind of out. But yeah, I would love to know how other people use multiple planners without just repeating the same thing in every planner. I know a lot of people do personal planner spreads, and I do enjoy watching the videos of it, but at the same time, it seems like the plans are just the same over and over again, so that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid, actually. So if you're someone that has like completely different planners for completely different purposes, I'd love to hear how you're using it. That would be great and would give me some good ideas for the new year. And another thing I kind of want to avoid is I really don't want to get in the habit of like buying extra sticker kits just to use in like one of my personal planners. I just think that adds up and gets really expensive really quickly. I would probably stick to using leftovers or like maybe the Michaels stickers or the Mombi sticker books instead. But I definitely, and maybe once in a while if I have like leftovers from an Etsy kit, or if I just have like a mini kit from Etsy that I won't have time to use in my regular planner, which is the Erin Condren, maybe then I will do a spread in one of my personal size planners with it, but I really don't want to be buying kits every week for 2 different planners. I don't know what it is, but for some reason I feel like there's more space on the bottom of the second half of the week than there is on this half of the week. Like, I don't know. I think there might just be something off about the Erin Condren pages, but again, kind of running into the issue where I have a little bit of white space left over that probably looks really weird, but just with the way that I've done the layout, that's kind of how it turned out. So this is what the layout looks like so far. I have to admit it does look a little bit odd that I have random bits of white space here. I'm going to try to think of some way to fix that, and again, I might just wind up resorting to doing some glitter, like actual glitter washi, so we'll see about that. Do I want to maybe switch this out? I almost want to switch out this washi and just use like glitter washi or something at the bottom instead, and I think I might do that. So I thought about it, and I thought that I would just take the bottom washi off and use some glitter washi instead. But first I'm going to get my sidebar all set up and finished. I really have no idea how the sizing of this is going to work. I'm hoping it works out perfectly. I know I could probably just continue the bottom washi all across this page, but I kind of want to squeeze in as much of this as I can. And this one has a pretty interesting cutout. She's got like the little corners of the envelopes peeking through, so I think I'm going to try to put it down but not actually lay it down all the way so I can tuck this other list underneath it. And I do actually have a lot of to-dos for next week, so for a change, I actually am going to be making use of my sidebar. Okay, I think that is as good as I can get it, and I don't know if this by itself will be enough. Hopefully, it looks like I might have just a little bit more on top. Actually, if I do a header, let's see, I kind of want to do making a list because that would be cute. I'm not actually using this for a gift list or anything like that, but I thought it was fitting for this week. And then I can kind of just put in some, like a little thankful thought or a little motivational note in this box, and that fits perfectly. I love that. I love that so much. Isn't it nice when everything works out? Like seriously, that fits absolutely perfectly from one side to the other. Like barely any white space at all. I love how that turns out. And now I'm just gonna go in and do some of the bottom washi. So I picked out these two. This one I believe is from one of the Recollections tube sets, and then this is a Scotch brand washi from Target. I love the Scotch brand glitter washi because the glitter doesn't fall off. So I am just gonna run this one up top and layer the white one underneath it. Now all I have left are just a few little reminders for myself. I'm just going to put them in the bits and bobs section, and I do have, like I said, a bunch of to-dos, but I tend to fill that in after I take a before the pen picture. So I am just going to put down a few little reminders for myself. I do have a credit card bill that is due. Actually, I should probably put down date covers, come to think of it. I totally forgot that they didn't have date covers. So I'm going to use these translucent ones. I do have other date covers that are really pretty from Sessa Vee, but it's gold and I don't really want that much gold in this spread. So I am just going to put down the dates. 19th, so we'll start with the 19th. And I forgot to mention these date covers are from the Heidi Swap collection. They're just nice transparent little circles. And I think it looks a little bit better than just my own handwriting. So now to go through day by day and put down some of the little reminders for myself. I didn't have too much written down for this week. It's pretty open. I do want to put in my work schedule, but my order from Clever Gal Crafts isn't being delivered until later today. And that order is the one that has some silver foil stickers in it. The rest of the ones that I already had were either rose gold or gold. So I'm going to hold off on that and wait for that order to come in, and then I can stick in some silver foil stickers. I do have videos going up every day from Tuesday, actually every day this week except for Monday, because I finally was able to get to Starbucks to upload some, like all the backlog of videos that I had from the previous few weeks where I've been kind of MIA. So I am debating if I want to actually put in reminders. If I do, it'll probably be something small and I'll just write it down in one of these bits and bobs. That I am going to hold off on though, just because this bits and bobs I kind of want to reserve more for if I have to go anywhere or any of the big reminders, whereas the to-do section I want to use more for like kind of the little things throughout the day. So I'm going to hold off and see how it fits into my week as the week progresses. So I guess the one big reminder I wanted to put down for myself is that I do have a credit card bill that is due Friday, and Friday is my day off. So I'm going to go ahead and actually stick this little money icon. This is from Sessa Vee, and I know I said I wanted to avoid gold colored stickers, but this is the only like money icon that I really wanted to use this week, and I don't have any of the Sessa Vee stickers in silver, and I really should pick them up because I feel like even though I always think I won't need them, there are times like this week where I do wind up wishing I had them. So that's really the big reminder for myself. Everything else, work, standard, videos can go up in the to-do section, and I think that's really it. So to show you what I have left of the kit, I did use up most of the kit because these are full cover kits that are kind of intended to be used up. This entire sheet with the glitter dividers and date covers is gone. This was one of the double full boxes. This was the other page of double full boxes. These were the to-do lists and the to-do headers. I do have a few little label stickers left that I could always sprinkle in if I need to. I probably won't need them. And then a couple little headers here, and then I have the 2 big strips of washi that I peeled up, and then all these little icons. So that is everything I have left of this kit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day and a great holiday season with your families and loved ones. Until next time, bye.